Alright, students, we're going to go over the Unit 5 review. First couple things we need to go over are our equations. This one's point slope. You will use point slope the most when we write our lines. Slope intercept is going to be y equals mx plus b. We'll see this a lot in our final answer. And then finally, standard form, ax plus by equals c. We will not see this as much, but we need to remember what it is. So point slope, slope intercept, standard form. Let me put standard form right there. I've got some other videos that go through each one of these and how they're used and when we use them directly below my reviews. They've been up for a long time, but they're a good solid review of when to use them, how we use them, and various forms. You will see them on the test. Let's get through this review. On number 1, we're going to choose an equation in slope-intercept form of a line with a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of -6. So the first thing we're going to do is look for that slope of 3. If we remember y equals mx plus b, it's going to be the number paired with x. A is not going to be it because the 3 is paired with the y and not with the x. B, we don't have a 3 paired with the x. And C and D both have that 3 paired with the x. So they're good. Y-intercept of -7. Here's our intercept of -7, so our answer choice will be C. Number 2, it says write an equation in slope-intercept form of the graph. So we've got y equals mx plus b again. For slope-intercept, our b value is going to be +2, so we have y equals mx plus 2. And then our slope is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over. So 5 up, 6 over. This is going to be attached to our x. Y equals this plus 2. C is going to be our answer for number 2. Moving forward, write the equation for the function in the form f of x equals mx plus b. All this is asking you to do is to solve for the equation in slope-intercept form, and it's got some fancy terminology with function notation. Don't be confused by function notation. All we have to do to change this to regular notation is just write them in an ordered pair. Instead of f of x is equal to the function value. This is just an x, this is just a y. You can take it and rewrite it as a point like I've done here and deal with it normally. From that point, all we're going to do is take and solve for slope. I've got 10 minus -7 rather, over -5 minus -2. This is going to be -3 over -3, which gives me a slope of 1. I'm going to choose this point. Y minus -7 is equal to 1, x minus -2. And to solve this for y, I'm going to distribute first. And since it's a 1, it pretty much cancels everything out. Minus that 7 over. Y is going to be equal to x minus 5. And that will be my slope-intercept form. On this next one, I've got -1, -2, and 1, -4. Again, you could take and write out your points as regular points instead of function notation if that helps you out. If it doesn't help you out, if you don't need it, there's no need to write it out again. So at this point, I'm going to take and calculate my slope. So I've got -2 minus a -4 and -1 minus a +1. This gives me +2 over -2, which means my slope is going to be -1. I'm going to choose this first point. Y minus -2 is equal to -1, x minus -1. Distribute my -1. This time I will have to distribute because there is some fanciness involved. -x minus 1. Subtract the 2 from both sides, and I'm going to get y is equal to -x minus 3. This is my equation in slope-intercept form. Number 5, Aaron paints t-shirts. The paint costs $14.50. The t-shirts cost $7.50 each. Write an equation that gives us the total cost of the function of the number of t-shirts. Now, several students say, I have no idea how to write this equation, but if you work it up first for this cost of 2 t-shirts, sometimes it's easier. So let's think about how we would work it up for the cost of 2 t-shirts, and instead of 2, we'll just use x. So we know that we're going to have $14.50. This is how much the paint costs, no matter how many t-shirts we make to an extent. It's going to be $14.50 for paint. So we're going to add to that $14.50 $7.50 times 2, the number of shirts. So instead of 2, we're going to throw in that x, and this is going to be the cost. So $14.50 plus $7.50 per t-shirt is the total cost of our t-shirt order. From this, all we got to do is throw in a 2 for our t-shirts, and you'll get $14.50 plus that's going to be 15 equals C, so your cost is going to be $29.50 for 2 t-shirts. And your answer on your test, and of course in this review, is going to be that first one in addition to the second one. Number 6, write an equation of a line with a slope of -3 passing through the point 5, -3. We're going to grab it in point slope because all we need is a point and slope. So we have y minus -3 is equal to -3, x minus 5. Many students will try to go on from this point. Please do not go on from this point. You are finished. Any additional work can only get you the problem wrong. So once you get the equation, stop. Go on to the next one. Find the y-intercept of the line that passes through this point and has a slope of 5/9. We've got y minus 3 is equal to 5/9. X minus -5. Distribute that, and we'll get y minus 3 equals 5/9. X plus 25/9. Add this 3, so we're going to add 27/9, which is 3, but we want it to have a common denominator so we can combine the two. And that will give us y equals 5/9x plus 52/9, and that is going to be your y-intercept. That's why we had to solve this one for y. Notice we didn't solve this one for y, it just said write an equation. We needed to solve this equation for y because it said what is the y-intercept. So our actual answer is just the y-intercept, just 52/9. Number 8, use the point slope form to write an equation of the line that passes through the point 5, -7 with a slope of 5/3, or 3/5 rather. So y minus a -7 is equal to 3/5, x minus 5. Again, once we write that equation, we are done. Do not go further. Do not try to solve anything. All finished.